What's going on, guys? K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day today. Now, I actually didn't plan on making a video today, and maybe we shouldn't be getting too excited, but I don't know what's going to happen by the time you guys watch this video. But currently right now, if we see what's going on, we were consolidating inside of this pennant for quite some time, putting in higher lows, putting in lower highs, but now it looks like we're actually breaking out. Now, of course, this is on the 4-hour. If I switch this to the daily, you can see, we had all these tests, all these touches, and right here, we're actually starting to push out. So I'm not saying that we're going to go to 100,000, but Bitcoin literally right now is attempting to actually break out. And remember, guys, we've actually had a target of $102,250 now, pretty much for the past 6 months, once we broke out of this range, right? And I extrapolated that using the Fibonacci retracements and stuff like that. And you guys could see, we've been finding such beautiful support on this area right here, and the CME futures are already putting in 100,000. It actually already has Bitcoin priced at $100,035. So I'm kind of just going to wing this video. Maybe we don't hit 100K, or maybe by the time I make this, we are at 100K. But either way, I think within the next week, you're going to see Bitcoin really start to gain some momentum. If you have a look right here, this is actually really funny. This is crazy. I was joking about this with a friend the other day, but did you ever notice that when the McRib comes back to McDonald's, Bitcoin tends to go on a major pump? I don't know why that is. It could be a total coincidence with the seasonality, but yeah, guys, the McRib is back. So, thank you, McRib, for pumping Bitcoin. No, I don't know. But, looking at what Plan B was talking about, this stock to flow, you could look anywhere as high as almost 800,000 for Bitcoin. Now, is that going to happen? Let's obviously just take it a bit at a time, piece by piece. But, having a look right here, like Leo Hart points out, Bitcoin tends to, yes, it has diminishing returns. And if you look at this logarithmic growth, it tends to want to come up to this area right before hitting this red line. And I mean, you guys could see how how high that is up there. And I mean, Bitcoin could really start moving at an incredible rate. And like Fred Krueger said, remember when the Bitcoin ETF first came out in January? The talk was we could get an initial rush and then it would level off. Exactly the opposite. We've actually seen massive inflows, literally the most successful ETF of all time, right? So that is just something that I wanted to bring up right here. And actually, give me a second here. I'm trying to find if, here we go. So I have this live price right now, so we can kind of like watch it if we want. Okay, 98, pushing on 99. We'll keep it in the background. But yeah, as you guys can see right here, so Powell came out and he basically said that Bitcoin is not a competitor to the dollar. If anything, it's a competitor to gold. And it's kind of weird. Like after this statement came out, we started to see the price move.
Or in the Federal Reserve itself, in terms of the system, what do you think of that idea?
I don't think that's how people think about it. I mean, it's so. People use Bitcoin as a speculative asset, right? It's like gold. It's just like gold, only it's virtual. It's digital. People are not using it as a form of payment or as a store of value. It's highly volatile. It's not a competitor for the dollar. It's really a competitor for gold. That's really how I think of it.
And I'm not sure if you guys heard, but Donald Trump, I am delighted to announce the nomination of Paul Atkins to be the next chairman of the SEC. He's very big into crypto. If you guys don't know this, he's a pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto guy. And Gary Gensler is not, which he said he was probably going to resign anyway, right? And, you're seeing like this sort of Trump effect. I mean, even Putin came out and was like, who can ban Bitcoin? Nobody can.
Биткоин кто может запретить? Никто. А использование других электронных средств расчета кто может запретить? Никто, потому что это новые технологии. И чего бы ни было, чего бы ни происходило с долларом, эти инструменты так или иначе будут развиваться, потому что все будут стремиться к тому, чтобы снижать издержки и повышать надежность.
So we might as well just embrace it, right? That was the same thing that you had the mayor of Vancouver literally saying that Bitcoin is the greatest invention in human history.
Obviously, there's something going on here. And then when you learn more about Bitcoin, you realize, wait a sec, it's decentralized. No person, company, or country controls it. It really doesn't care what other people do. It can't be manipulated, and it's finite. It's like literally, I think it's the greatest invention ever in human history.
And what's crazy is you're seeing all these new like strategic reserve or buying it on the balance sheet, right? Following in the footsteps of Michael Saylor. Now you have publicly traded Hut 8 to raise up to $500 million and buy Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset. And like this guy said, Texas Soul 61 over on the Wolf of Wall Streets, he was saying that TradFi is here and they're buying Bitcoin at an incredible rate.
You know, I think that everyone now in the TradFi space is able to see Bitcoin. I don't think they even saw it 15 years ago or 10 years ago or 5 years ago. And I think that that's, to Andrew's point, that we're gaining wallets at an incredible rate. And the wallets that we're gaining are not small buyers. They're institutions, they're governments, they're big players.
I mean, even Mayor Adams from New York kind of came out and was like, you know, you guys all laughed at me when I bought, but I told you so.
We were a country and a city that led the globe in innovation. And look at us now. It's time for a change. And I've said this for years, and I'm happy that Elon is going to be part of those who are moving that change forward. We should not be afraid of Bitcoin. Remember y'all laughed at me when I first got my Bitcoin? Who's laughing now? Go look at my Bitcoin now. You all mock me. You're taking your first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin. What's wrong with you? Now you wish you would have done it. you know? And so I am happy that we're having people who are willing to think outside the box to do the things we need to do.
Now, as you guys can see, I'm currently in Florida, and yes, I am a New York native. I am from New York. I grew up there. I lived there my whole life. And one of the reasons that I actually, well, 2 reasons I had to move was because, number one, New York is not very friendly for crypto. They just gave me a hard time with the banks and the Coinbase and everything. So I just moved to a friendlier place. And like you can see right here, this is actually my friend, Samuel Arms. He has a blockchain or he's part of a blockchain association down here. And they met with Ron DeSantis, and Florida is going to launch a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Now, he goes into how he's going to do it and all this other stuff. But yeah, guys, like it is literally actually happening. And I really feel bad for a lot of the people that have been on the sidelines. And by the way, guys, you know, smash up the likes. Let's get this video out there. Let's get people watching this stuff. You know, I've been doing this for 8 years, and you know, it's been an incredible journey. And here's the craziest thing. I'm gonna play a clip real quick. So a lot of people, they think, you know, oh, I'm too late to the party, right? Like that's it. Bitcoin is, you know, well, I mean, 100,000 is a lot of money, really, for most people. Let's be honest. To buy, if they have not bought yet, that is pretty difficult to attain for the average person. But you know, James Lavish was over here, and he was breaking down exactly how much of the market cap Bitcoin is right now, you know, compared to everything in the world. And when you realize the possibility of where Bitcoin could go, even just in like the short to medium term, you realize that you are actually still early. You know, people were saying 20,000 was too expensive, 60,000 was too expensive, 100,000 is too expensive. Yeah, but compared to what? $1 million, 2 million, 10 million? Like what is expensive? It's all relative, right? Compared to inflation, if you want to just keep losing your money, right? So listen to this video clip, how he breaks it down. And I really like how simple he put it.
There are $900 trillion of global assets, investable assets. Bitcoin is currently 1.7 trillion of those, which is 0.02% of total assets. It's 1/10 the size of gold. So it has a long way to go here, but at $90,000, it's still only 0.2% of the entire investment universe. Now remember, it's 1/10 the size of gold, but gold's been around for thousands of years. Bitcoin's been around for 15. This is tremendous momentum, but a huge amount of space here for it to start taking some allocations from those other areas. Where will it take allocations from? Well, the obvious one is gold. Second obvious one is equities. The third obvious one is bonds. And then the fourth obvious one is real estate. So it's going to kind of go in that order in my mind, that investors are going to start realize that, oh, this is digital gold. Oh, I should, instead of having my money in just equities and bonds, I should have some in Bitcoin. Oh, instead of having all of my money in real estate, and instead of looking for real estate investment opportunities, forget about your home, I should buy some Bitcoin instead. Why? Because it's liquid, it's trustworthy, it has a tremendous rate of return over the course of just 4 years. Every single 4-year period, it has a rate of return. So that's another thing. And then just doing quick math on it, you know, it's 0.2% right now. At 1% of the total global assets, Bitcoin's a $9 trillion asset and worth about $450,000 per coin. At 3%, it's worth $1.3 million per coin. So we have a long way to go. I don't know when we get to that $1 million level. I expect it to be in the next 7 years or so.
All right, so getting back to the chart here, guys, this could be a failed breakout. It's possible, you know, we could come up, you know, if I bring this back down to the 4 hour, you know, again, could this be a failed breakout? It's possible, right? I mean, if you just keep extending, you know, extend this out a lot farther, you know, obviously you could, you know, maybe have a failed rally and then, you know, come back down and keep consolidating. Although when you've made a move this far, generally speaking, you don't really ever see them get to the very end of the pennant. Like, they usually break out within like 65 to 70% of the way. So yeah, I mean, at this point, like, Bitcoin is not officially $100,000 at the time of making this video, although it might be by the time you're watching. But I mean, like, how much closer do you even want to really get? Like, is it really going to even matter at that point? You know what I mean? Like, in my eyes, we've basically already done it. Again, let me show you my chart, price discovery essentially. But yeah, we have a target up here at around $102,000. And by the way, if you guys were trading, every time it came down on this 4 hour, this 89, you could basically just blindly put your calls in there. And, you know, even if you didn't get the full dip, you know, this move was 7%. This move was, if you count to the top, 5%, or if you waited for the second, you know, around 4.5%. So for the most part, yeah, Bitcoin is in a constructive pattern right now, and we have momentum shifting to the upside. And again, you know, just looking at this very simple trend line, you know, we could potentially come all the way up to the top of this channel, which could get us to around $120,000 Bitcoin. This cup and handle that I showed you, massive cup and handle right here. And let me actually clean these charts up because I like to leave my drawings on for some reason so that they just look, oh, did not want to do that. Anyway, you guys could see that what I was trying to point out the last time, essentially, as you guys could see, is right here. Do you notice what's happening with these higher waves? And actually, you have this wave right here. So, you know, you could say that we're still building the base here. And I mean, again, like, there's not really much to say. What Bitcoin's at 99,000. Let me check the live watch guru, 98.99. So, I mean, guys, at the end of the day, if Bitcoin hits 100,000, that'd be great. I'm not gonna do a live stream because I don't have like the stuff set up for that. But yeah, this is a shorter video. But I just wanted to just let you guys know that Bitcoin is like very close to breaking. It could fall back into it. It could consolidate. I mean, I kind of had a target for like Monday or Tuesday next week for the breakout. This breakout came a lot earlier than I had anticipated. So, I mean, I don't know, guys, but maybe by the time you watch, this is 100,000, and maybe at that point, I'll change the intro of the video or something. But that's basically it, guys. So until next time, yeah. By the way, comment below. How long have you been watching the channel for? How long? When did you buy your Bitcoin? You know, are you holding? I don't know. I'm just curious because, you know, we've been literally talking about Bitcoin. You know, it was down at like 3,000, you know, back in the early days. And it's just, I mean, this might go. This might actually go. Should I just sit here and just look at this? Nah, that'd be boring. I don't know, guys. Maybe if it's 100,000 by the time the video comes out, then I'll change the title to $100,000 Bitcoin. If not, well, I mean, it's freaking trying to go right now. So that's it for me, guys. By the way, pat yourself on the back. Congratulations if you stuck it out this far. $100,000 Bitcoin. That's nothing to scoff about. You know, it's crazy because I guess I could just talk while this is going. You know, I was thinking a lot, really, about a lot of my friends and family and some of the people that, like, I don't want to get into the personals of it, but there were a lot of people that doubted Bitcoin, that laughed at me, mocked me, stopped talking to me over the course of the years, told me I was stupid. And, you know, all I ever wanted to do was just really just help these people, you know, and it's just like, it's crazy to see that we're pushing on $100,000 right now. And I don't know, it's like, you just can't help people. You know, all you can do is just do what you think is the best thing. And I guess that's it. So I do hope that everyone that has been watching all these years, thank you for sticking by. I really appreciate all your support. You know, I don't have to make these videos anymore, really. I make them for you guys because I don't really have much else to say except that, you know, Bitcoin is the best store of value the world has ever seen. You know, Florida's getting a strategic reserve, Pennsylvania talking about it, the US talking about it. So, I mean, yeah, like, what's the difference? It's at 99 if we go to 100. It's another $1,000. What does it really matter in the grand scheme of things? But I just think once the headlines come out and we see that $100,000 psychological, you know, level, then everyone's going to be talking about it. And they'll probably say it's too expensive. They're probably not going to buy it, probably going to buy something else. I know XRP has been pumping, right? Pretty good. I mean, you know, people ask me why I don't talk about it. I'm a Bitcoin guy. It's just my thing. You know, I'm not against anything else. But, Yeah, I'm just rambling now. I'm just rambling because I was hoping maybe it would hit 100 while I was talking. But yeah, I don't know. Might be 100 by the time you watch, or we might just fake out and go back into the channel. But either way, like I think within the next week, like you're gonna see like some fireworks in some, hopefully not to the downside, although I don't really see why it would go to the downside. You know, I've looked at the heat maps. Anyway, guys, I am rambling on. I love you again. Thank you. You know, smash the likes, drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you guys want to trade, you know, you can check out the tutorials, yada, yada, yada. You guys know the drill. I love you guys. You're awesome. Get subscribed if you haven't. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.